a movie dog too. She's going to be in some things. Yes. How did you first get into acting? Like, when did you make the decision that this was going to be like career? Like, I know you do a little gig in school for
Well,
fun,
I
but
wasn't. I for the longest time I thought I was just going to go into teachers college and like that was going to be that. But my grades were not very good for that. And so I did an audition prep. It was like an hour long thing that they had organized at school because I went to an art school. And one of the teachers at my high school had already gone to, I went to the University of Windsor. And they had brought in the director who was on not mat leave. He was doing some research that they do for universities. I can't remember what it is, but it's like a 6 month kind of thing. They
right.
go study a different topic and then come
Sabbatical?
back.
Is that the word?
Maybe
Sabbatical?
is it sabbatical? I thought that was like a
It's a
medical
great
thing.
word.
It is
I
a great word. It's a fun
I
word
feel
to
like
say.
I feel like a
Sabbatical.
sabbatical. Yeah, it's like you leave your normal post and you get to go do something. Either you're off completely or you like go travel or you go do
Yeah, go
something like
travel
that.
and like do research or
Right.
something. And so he came to
Sabbatical. I'm on
do like a
sabbatical.
monologue course with us for anyone that was thinking of auditioning for theater schools. And so I remember going into that class and I remember preparing a monologue. And a couple people had gone before me, and right before I went, someone had gotten up to do like this weird monologue, and he was like, "Okay, that's great, but I just want you to know you probably shouldn't be doing a monologue about a story. It shouldn't be telling a story." um
Right.
and like you want to have a monologue that's going to have like an objective, and like that's one of the best lessons I've ever learned is find a monologue with an objective.
Here and now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Versus, yeah, you're right. It's tough if
like
it's a
that,
story about
something that
something
you're
happening.
driving
Yeah.
towards rather than like this is what happened to me.
Right.
And so he was like, "Okay, who's next?" And so I went up and I was like, "Yeah, you're probably not going to like this monologue." And he's like, "Oh well, I'll be the judge of that." And I was like, "All right, okay." And I had
That's
edited the monologue so that the first line was, "So let me tell you a story."
nice.
And he burst out laughing. Thought it was the funniest thing in the world. I don't remember like finishing the monologue. I think I did.
You just blacked out and went
I
into it.
I just don't remember like that part of the story
Right.
anymore. It's just like that was inconsequential, but like let me tell you a story. It's
Right.
like really funny.
Yeah, you're like you got your big shot on you're like on
Yeah,
American
I'm like
Idol and then you hit
pre-audition for this school. Like I'm gonna see if I can do this,
right.
and then
I'm just picturing like American Idol and Simon like rips the guy before you and it's like all the same stuff that
yeah,
you had planned.
you were planning to do the exact same song,
right.
and like you're like,
right.
I was gonna say it almost exactly the same.
I heard a story recently. I don't know. I forget where it was, but someone was saying that their audition for Saturday Night Live. It was rare that I don't know if it was rare or if this was the usual thing, but they met with Lorne Michaels before their audition, like the day before,
Oh,
and he was like, "So, what are you going to be doing for your audition?" And then they sort of just like described their set list to him. And then he was like, "Nah, I wouldn't do that. Well, do you have anything else?" And basically threw. Oh, I think it was Will Ferrell actually.
oh, was
He
it?
threw out. He basically had to throw out everything that he had planned. And then later he was sort of told that that's a thing that he does sometimes to fuck with people, so that they throw out the stuff that they're safe with,
Yeah.
and then they have
They have
to
to
yeah they
scratch and do
write from
something.
scratch, and then they have to just create something in the moment and discover a new character, or
Interesting.
they're like, oh shit, what voice, if they don't want to see those voices or those impersonations, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that was the one where he decided that he was going to do, he just does a cat impersonation
That's
where
cool.
he's like just batting
Well,
around
because
a ball.
that was like the highlight of his audition, right?
Yeah.
The cat, the whole cat
Yeah,
thing,
and
and playing with like the yarn and like.
I think it was on like the night before. It wasn't what he was going to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
And it really shows like people can really embrace the heat and like just say it's always, I always think of it's a good philosophy to just say fuck it.
Right. And you see who someone really is in the
Yeah.
moment of like, okay, strip away everything. And it's just like, now just figure something out. Then you're
Mhm.
like, oh, I can figure shit out.
Figure shit out on my own.
Good for you, Will Ferrell. You figured stuff out.
did it.
And it's very smart on Lorne Michaels. What a genius that guy is. He's a evil genius. So I some random questions here. I like to ask people, do you have any random awards or certifications? Have you won any weird contests?
I won a Disney trivia contest on the Disney cruise when I was 11.
Good for you.
Yeah, that I don't think I've won any.
What did you win?
I think it was like a little trophy with Mickey's face on it.
Little princess trophy.
I think it was. Like
Was it a
medal.
Disney cruise?
Yeah, it was a Disney cruise. My mom had always wanted to do it.
That's funny that you went on a Disney cruise because your mom had wanted to do it, not that it like that the kids didn't even want to go. Like,
I mean, my family has never really been like travelers, or that I've known them to be like yeah.
Right.
But I know my parents did a lot of traveling before I came along, because I wasn't even, they were 10 years into their marriage before I came along.
Would you do it again? Would you go on a Disney cruise, like provided you were allowed to?
They've become cruise people. They really they really enjoy it.
Now they're cruisers.
A couple cruises. My aunt goes on a bunch of cruises, and so does my cousin.
Have you ever thought of working on a cruise as a performer? I know you toured. You actually toured with Hannibal the musical, right?
Yes, that was a very short
Cannibal.
tour.
What am I saying?
Cannibal.
Yeah. Which was Trey Parker and Matt Stone's thing after Book of Mormon.
The first thing that Trey Parker and Matt Stone, I believe, did together.
Oh, really? That's like an older thing that then they rebooted?
That was from, I believe they were still in school, because I think.
Wow.
I think there is a piece of trivia that's like.
So they did that before Book of Mormon?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Interesting.
But it was a movie. It was a movie that they did in college, as far as I know. And now it's the rights are controlled by Starbucks Entertainment, along with the man that played Miller.
What are you, their lawyer? How do you know all this?
Now I'm remembering as you're saying this.
I believe they all own 33% stakes, and
I'm allowed to mention things I'm not allowed.
Production
to
has
optioned.
Who are you? You're double it.
Because it was adapted to stage, I believe, in 2015 by Chris Bond and Trevor Martin and Aaron Ayer. But they still worked with Trey Parker on it, and the rights to Cannibal are controlled by Starbucks and someone else. I'm not sure.
So you got paid. That was a touring gig,
Yeah.
which is like a dream acting gig for a lot of people.
That was one of the dreams.
Yeah.
Was to tour with the show.
What cities?
We did our tech in Windsor, Ontario, which was really nice.
What a dream location. Who doesn't want to get paid to go to? It was
really nice to go back there because I went to school there.
Right.
And like it was a
You're
nice.
Like, look at me now, motherfuckers. You said I couldn't be nothing, huh?
Oh no.
Here I am, huh?
Windsor,
Stick it.
Windsor is a great program. Windsor is a fantastic program, and I learned a ton there, and I feel like I grew immensely as a person. And it was just nice to go back, and like it was just ironic just to be like back there for like a week.
Right, that's great. They
like,
must have loved it. That's great for the school too, to be able to be like, yeah, well, here's one of our alumni right here doing his thing.
Well, it was me and someone else also went to Windsor. He had graduated a couple of years before me. And so we were both back there doing it. And then they have a college there called St. Clair, which does music theater.
Right. That's where Miss Millie B. Shout out to Miss Millie B. You heard her earlier. Yeah. That's where she went. Yeah, she went to St. Clair.
We had someone in our cast that went there as well. And so like the three of us were like, it was a coming home kind of thing. It was nice.
And then what other cities?
We did Madison, Wisconsin, which is
another hot
awesome.
Location. Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't speak enough good things about Madison, Wisconsin.
Is Madison, Wisconsin might be where Chris Farley was born.
Oh, was it?
Let's Google that. Let's Google that. By the way, I should let everyone know, not only is Brandon a guest in this episode, because he's here so much at Laughing Vikings, he's basically going to be like recurring co-host,
Yeah.
tech guy,
Yeah,
like a
I'm
little
gonna
bit of
try
any
and be
jack of all
writing
trades.
and,
We'll
organizing
write some little
the,
sketches.
yeah.
Maybe if you want to get on the show now, and you got to send Brandon a message so that I can
You
just be
can
like,
email me.
I'm not the boss of this
Or
podcast.
if you want to like,
I like
send
that.
me
I can just defer.
facts
If
or
someone ever comes up to me like, "Hey man, can I be on your podcast? Can I be on?" And I'm like,
Chris Farley was born in Madison, Wisconsin.
boom! I know my
there we go.
facts
First
here.
fun
I'm
fact
dropping
of the
Saturday Night Live.
podcast.
You hear that, Lauren Michaels? I know fun facts about your cast members, so you might as well make me a cast member.
There you go.